In this module, we're going to take a look at digital resources that you can use in your classrooms or that your students can use on their own when they study at home. So the state has purchased several of these very good instructional packages, or they're good in my opinion, for us to use, and they encourage us to use them. So we'll look at these in a little more detail. These are not the resources, these are just some terms that I want you to know, and I'm not going to read all of these. Digital learning, if the student is using a computer, we call that digital learning. Distance education is where the student's at home studying and does not interact with the teacher. Blended learning includes face-to-face instruction and digital. Traditional learning is that face-to-face, brick and mortar, go to school kind of classroom. I do want you to know that this can also include Zoom instruction. Even though your student is at home watching on Zoom, if the teacher is directly instructing the class, I'm calling that traditional learning. Remote learning takes place through a distance, but it is synchronous, meaning that the student is working at home, but the class is working at school. They're all doing the same thing. They're all following the same teacher. It's a simulcast of the instruction. Or the student is watching at home as the teacher is doing the instruction, but it's happening at the same time. And that's synchronous learning, instruction that occurs at the same time but not in the same place. Asynchronous learning occurs at different times and in different places for every learner. So asynchronous is sort of that study on your own kind of thing, while synchronous involves a teacher. The first digital resource, actually I need to tell you about counting attendance in digital resources. Your time in a digital resource can be counted toward that 40-hour post-test requirement if these 5 conditions, or really 4 conditions, are met. Number 1, the program is approved by the state. Number 2, students are completing the work outside of class. If students are completing the work in class, they'll be signed in on the class sign-in sheet, so you don't want to double count the time. A sign-in sheet to document time is turned into the data entry person. A report from the learning program substantiates the time on the sign-in sheet, or the teacher uses the teacher verification model to assign a reasonable amount of time for the learning activity. Some of these programs give a report of time spent learning, others do not. If they do not, we use the teacher verification model to assign time. And the way that works is as follows. If the learning program does not generate a report with time shown, teachers can use the TVM to assign time to learning activities outside of class to count toward a student's post-test requirement. First thing, teachers should decide how much time is reasonable for the activity. When students complete the activity, the teacher should fill out a sign-in sheet for the time. The sign-in sheet should reflect the correct date, amount of time, and class number. In the student signature slot, you will write teacher verification model. So the student is not signing as verification. The teacher is using this model to verify the time. Again, if you have questions about this, let your lead instructor know. This is a lot of material to absorb, I know, so there will be questions, and we will help you get answers. The first distance ed or digital learning resource I want to share with you is Schoology. Schoology is a learning management system. It is not an instructional software package. Schoology is used primarily for blended learning. It can be synchronous or asynchronous, and it is purchased by the state. Schoology is a learning management system. You can build courses into Schoology. You can build libraries of material into Schoology. You can basically structure your material however you want your students to view it. The state uses Schoology for its announcements and training opportunities, its resources libraries. So instructors and students need to be part of Schoology. Schoology offers a simplified interface for your lower level students if you're building a course, and a more advanced interface for more advanced learners. Again, I encourage you to sign up with the state's Schoology account so that you can get announcements and news and opportunities that they send out. Schoology is housed online. It can work with PC and Apple. It can be accessed anytime, anywhere. Again, all staff need an account. And at the bottom, to get a Schoology account, notify your lead instructor or Amanda, that's me. These accounts must be set up under the state Schoology umbrella. And then we have some Tabe Tutor ebooks. This is a set of textbooks that have been digitized. A lot of us have the Tabe Tutor textbooks in our classrooms. This is just the digital form of those books. Students can check out the books to use. There are annotation tools that allow students to make notes and use flashcards. There are 4 levels of the books, coordinating to the 4 levels of Tabe. Students can pull up the books at home. Instructors can pull up the books to project in class. It's just, there are lots of opportunities with Schoology's, with the ebooks. They are housed in Schoology, so users must have a Schoology account under the state umbrella. Contact your lead instructor if you need to access the ebooks. Lead instructors, please contact me if you need assistance. Burlington English. This is a learning software program designed for English language acquisition. Now, a lot of teachers will say, oh, that's ESL, so that doesn't pertain to me. That is not exactly the case. If you have very low literacy students in adult education, you might want to take a look at the resources on Burlington. It has visual, auditory, and tactile elements. It has traditional and digital components. So you as a teacher can print this material, you can project it in class. It's a very well-organized system for those of you who want to do blended learning. To get a Burlington account, notify your lead instructor. Lead teachers, please contact me if you need assistance. Read theory. This was one of my favorites when I was teaching every day. Read theory is a free online program to improve reading comprehension. Its biggest selling point is differentiation. The program assesses reading levels and assigns passages that are appropriate for each student. You can print the passages, or you can let students work online at their own paces. It's just a really good set of resources. There are lesson plans and worksheets that you can adapt and use. Read theory, you just need to notify your lead instructor. It is important that you set up accounts so that students' participation is recorded correctly. This is one of the programs that does print a report, and students get 30 minutes for each of the quizzes that they've completed. So it's important that your student is in the right class for read theory. Hiset or Tabe Academy. This one is designed for digital learning. It's really designed for distance education, where the student is not doing a class and Hiset Academy. This is purchased by the state, but we have limited seats, so we ask that you please use very good judgment in assigning those seats. This program is recommended for adult ed students at NRS 4, 5, or 6. So your more advanced students will benefit from this most. It is online. Students do need an account. They can access it from any mobile device. This one is very good for students who just need to pass one of the subtests of Hiset. You can have them to work intensely in that one area. It has some very advanced level material. So if you have students who need that advanced level material, this is a good one. And if you want an account for Hiset Academy, notify your lead instructor. When Learning. When Learning is a career readiness program that teaches both academic and employability skills. Students can earn certificates to document proficiency in both the hard skills, which are your academic skills, and your soft skills, the employability skills. When is recommended for learners who want to pursue a career or a specific job after meeting their educational goals. Students can earn credentials at different levels. I believe it's bronze, silver, gold, and platinum that they can bring to a job interview to demonstrate their proficiency in those soft skills or even in the academic skills. So when Learning gives students an edge in the job field. Students who are serious about a career may be interested in this program. To access When Learning, notify your lead, and lead instructors contact Amanda for assistance. Northstar Digital Literacy. This is a digital literacy program at a very basic level. They literally start with, this is a keyboard, this is a mouse, and those skills range from that basic computer skills to internet skills and knowledge of Microsoft products. Again, students can earn badges here that will lead to certificates that will document their proficiencies in these areas. Northstar is delivered via the internet. Right now, Northstar is not recommended for mobile phones. Students need to have access to a computer. If you want to access Northstar, notify your lead instructors. Lead instructors contact Amanda for assistance. 180 Skills. This is a study program that has academic, life, computer, communication, and technical workplace skills. There is a course catalog with course descriptions. Instructors choose the courses they want to deliver. And this is in Schoology. So instructors pick the courses from the catalog that they would like to deliver, and then they implement those through their own Schoology accounts. If you notice the why on this page, 180 Skills goes beyond academic instruction. The required digital and workplace preparation elements of our lessons are addressed in this software. So I would highly recommend that you at least take a look at 180 Skills. You must have a Schoology account under the state account to access these courses. Notify your lead or Amanda if you need the Schoology account. Voxy Engine is learning software for English language learners. This program can be used with both adult ed and ESL students. One of its highlights to me is that students choose to study English in their areas of personal interest. So if a student is a big sports fan, he or she can choose to have passages about sports or art or mechanics or any of the choices that they're offered. It's interest-based, and I think that's very good. It is delivered across the internet. And again, if you want to use this program, notify your lead instructor, and leads contact Amanda for assistance.